Welcome back, everyone. J-Bone here for Smash This Podcast. Um, hey, if you're new to the channel, by all means, there's plenty more to go check out, and hit that sub button while you're at it, and ring that bell for notifications so when you know when more of my content hits your screen. The passing of Bruno Sammartino, it certainly is. It is sad. It's it's probably more sobering for me for another reason, which might seem a little strange. For a guy my age, I should know more and or watch more old school stuff, and I don't. But it's moments like this when you really do take worth in what someone like this is to the wrestling industry, professional wrestling in general. He's he's as old school gets, you know. Just the fact that he was 82 years old really hit home to me. My father's 82 years old. So hearing that and then thinking, comparing the age, I was like, whoa, just makes you stop and think for a minute. And, and brushing up on some history on Bruno Sammartino. I went to the WWE.com and read the write up, little brief history of what he did, and it really is amazing. It's not just a guy that wrestled. It's, you look back at his history, and just to talk about it briefly on here, this is a guy that didn't just grow up and become a professional wrestler and had great matches. This is a guy that grew up running for his life over in Europe, escaping the Nazi Holocaust, and then starting a new life, coming to America, and then truly living the American dream. You look at today's people, and they complain about this and they complain about that, and they get on social media and they whine and they bitch and they moan. And it's small peas compared to what a guy like Bruno Sammartino grew up doing. I don't it's even someone my age and what I've been through in my life. I can't even imagine growing up running for your life from the Nazis and then going to a brand new country to escape that life and start a whole new one. I can't even process that. That's just amazing. And it just outside of the wrestling world alone and his accomplishments, just that fact alone of what he survived in his youth is amazing. It's utterly amazing. I hope I live to see someday that maybe someone does like a movie on his life. I think that would be incredibly epic. I mean, they're WWE and The Rock got together and they're doing something on Page right now, and I'm very interested in seeing that because I think that story is interesting. But to do something on someone like Bruno Sammartino and go back and just touch on different parts of his life, escaping the Nazi Holocaust, hiding with his family, coming to America, that in itself, like I said, is just awesome. I tell you what, I am going to take some time in the very near future, because I don't. I I certainly get my money's worth out of the WWE network, but I don't watch as much as I could as far as the old school stuff, and they're putting so much content on there. It's really ridiculous. It's good, but it's like, wow. And I just looked because I was like, well, I wonder what kind of stuff they have on there for Bruno Sammartino. And they've got, I looked and they've got, what is it called? It's in their collections spot. It's called Sammartino, The Legend Lives. And it's got several videos in the collection. I don't know if this was all just broken part from a bigger documentary that they did on him. I'm guessing that's what it was. But I'm hoping, so I'm gonna watch this in my free time and just learn a little more about the history of Bruno. And I hope they even do more and put more on there from it'd be great to see, because he's a legend at Madison Square Garden and in the whole northeast section of the country. I would love to see a whole like Madison Square Garden collection of what he did, because he is a legend. I mean, he's a wrestling legend, but he's, as far as territory wise, he's really known up there. So, whereas different guys are known more for different parts of the country and whatnot. So yeah, I invite you too to, go check that out. I think more wrestling fans should go check out stuff like that. They might, they might appreciate certain things more, because this was a guy who had such a simple gimmick. I mean, it really wasn't a gimmick, but if you could call it a gimmick, he was a blue collar worker. He was an immigrant. It was so night and day different from what we've had over the last few decades as far as professional wrestling. It makes you appreciate more stripped down guys, kind of like Dean Ambrose, who's just, he is what he is. He doesn't have a big gimmick. He just goes out there and kicks ass. Doesn't have a flashy look. Not saying that that's, if you can work it, great. But some guys just choose not to and go out as is. And there's nothing wrong with that. And this Bruno Sammartino was the perfect example of that. Just went out there, simple trunks, boots, kicked ass. I was watching a couple videos of him before I came on here and did this. And you look at a guy like John Cena who shaves every inch of his body and everything, and then you look at a guy like Bruno Sammartino, and the dude was just a hairy guy. He was, man, he had hair everywhere. It was just funny, just how different professional wrestling was back then. It's like he didn't care. He just went out there and did his thing, So, yeah, God bless Bruno Sammartino. You truly are an icon. You will be missed. And, it really is a wonder how they got him to come back to the WWE family and go in the Hall of Fame. I know some people look at the Hall of Fame like it's a joke, but I think there's, if you look at the bigger picture and you look deep, there is something to it. There really is. Because you look at the connection between Bruno Sammartino being that old school guy and Vince McMahon, and how there was a falling out in, I think, just respect for the company. And then you look at what Triple H did to tie that up. I mean, it really is cool. Love trips or not, man, he's brought back a lot of people to the WWE family and gave hundreds and thousands of millions of fans a chance to know these people and learn about them and respect the product that they did for so many years before what we're knowing now is professional wrestling or sports entertainment, whatever you want to call it. So yeah, like I said, I hope they do put more collections of Bruno out there. Maybe make a new documentary or something. And hey, yeah, maybe even a motion picture talking about Bruno's life and how he started in Europe and came to America. I think that would be that could be what is that? Not Grammy, the Oscar. That could be Oscar winning, for crying out loud, if it's done well, you know. I think some people, you know, joke about WWE motion pictures and stuff like that when they put stuff out once in a while. I think they do have the ability to put something out, some quality stuff like that. You get the right writers and the right producers and the right studio to put it all together. It could be absolutely incredible. So, hey, there you go. It's my thoughts on the passing of Bruno. Rest in peace, and yeah, we'll see you down the road for the next one. Thanks for watching.